So crypto regulation is coming. We all know it is, right? It's coming in multiple forms. It's coming as it relates to the SEC, probably other governmental bodies here in the United States, and it will be a fact of our life. But I want to share with you a piece of content that is directly from some comments from the SEC Commissioner Hester Pierce, who has been dubbed the crypto mom, by the way, which I love because she is actually an advocate of our of crypto. So I love that. She basically has come out and stated that the regulation, as it relates from the SEC, the Securities and Exchange Commission, is probably not going to happen until next year. So that's something pretty cool. All right. So we're going to take a look at that in this video. As always, I appreciate you. Thank you for your support of myself, my channel, my videos. Here we go. Okay. So crypto regulation is coming, just not this year. SEC's Hester Pierce has stated. Okay. So there's a lot of content here, and I'm going to skip through some of this and just kind of give you some highlights of it. So basically, she's talking about a lot of, all the different kind of variables related to regulation, the centralized exchanges, what constitutes a centralized exchange, and a lot of different things like that. She basically has come out and said that she feels that the government is moving, quote, too fast, and they need to kind of slow down and kind of really, again, do this right. So that's why I love Miss Pierce. And so right here, you can see that right here, Pierce, a Republican appointee, dubbed, quote, crypto mom for her enthusiastic advocacy of the sector, believes the commission is moving too quickly, like I just said, with a comment period of 30 days, which she said is too short to properly consider expanding the regulatory net for trading platforms. So what this is that part of this kind of government regulation scenario is that the United States government is trying to figure out the regulation around centralized exchanges like Coinbase, Crypto.com, KuCoin, et cetera, right? And beyond that, they're also, frankly, trying to figure out how to regulate decentralized exchanges. Because, in that scenario, you've got a swap like Uniswap or SushiSwap or PancakeSwap, and you've got a decentralized, it's effectively decentralized. You basically connect to it with a wallet. You go in and swap for whatever tokens you are. And it's basically anonymous, if you will, right? In that capacity. Okay, so it's a decentralized scenario. I think the government is trying to figure out how to manage that or not. To give you some perspective, when China outlawed crypto, guess what happened? They basically outlawed these centralized exchanges, right? Well, what immediately transpired when China regulated or went after those centralized exchanges, guess what everybody started doing? All the Chinese residents, they started using Uniswap, SushiSwap, PancakeSwap to trade crypto. So again, just to give you a little bit of perspective there, okay? So this is a very long article that really talks about kind of all of the ins and outs related to the government regulation as it relates to centralized exchanges. What it really comes down to is that Ms. Pierce is trying to get it right, and she is a commissioner at the SEC. And she really wants to make sure that that the government doesn't rush into this and it doesn't impact you and I, retail traders negatively. And I just love that this is happening. Okay, basically with everything that the SEC is trying to do, you always got to look at that regulation is going to be here in one shape, form, or fashion, and what it looks like today and what it may look like tomorrow are definitely. And a year from now are definitely scenarios that it's going to evolve, it's going to change, and it is really, at the end of the day, an evolving situation. Okay, and that's really what I want to leave you with. But what you need to hear from me, very simply, is that it looks like, from an SEC regulation standpoint, as it relates to regulating the centralized exchanges, and whether or not they can even remotely do anything around decentralized exchanges like Uniswap, et cetera, is going to be really next year. Okay, that's really what you need to hear from me, per what what we're seeing at the latest and greatest of comments from the from SEC commissioners like Ms. Pierce, et cetera. So with that said, that's what I got for you on the latest and greatest of crypto regulation. Hey, it may give us a little bit of time, a little bit. So we'll see how this evolving scenario plays out. And remember, regulation is also in the stance of taxation and things like that. And also remember, okay, and I'll be here telling you guys about it. We have an executive action, document report coming from the Biden White House as well, sometime in February. That's going to be tasking different governmental organizations, including the SEC, the Securities and Exchange Commission, to start kind of begin to draft some type of these regulation scenarios that we'll see how they play out. So just again, remember that that's all in play. As always, appreciate you. Have a good one. Go make some money. I'll see you.